This question here it says, find the roots of the following quadratic equations if they exist. We have these quadratic equations here. We have to find out roots for them. And we have to apply the method called completing a square. Now, what is this method completing a square? We'll learn in this video here. Now, this equation here, we have to solve this through completing the square method. Now, this method here, completing a square, can be done in two ways. First, we actually make some squares and try to find out roots for this equation. Second method is same, completing the square method, but without making squares. First, we'll study completing the square by actually making the squares. And after that, we will study same method, completing the square, but without making actual squares. Let's take this up first with making some squares. To do that, what we have to first look for is coefficient of x square should be a perfect square. Here we do not have 2 is not a perfect square. So what we can do, we can multiply this complete equation by 2, which will give me 4x square minus 14x plus 6 equals to 0. Now I have coefficient 4 for x square, which is a perfect square. Now, completing the square means the very first term, this here, we have to make a square. This is the square here. If I take this side as 2x, this will also be 2x, this will be 2x, this will be 2x. Area would be 2x whole square, which gives me 4x square. This is done. Next term is this, negative 14x. Negative 14x will not give me a square. So let's draw a rectangle for this, like this. This is negative here. We can take this side as 2x and this side is 7. So area here would be 2x into 7, 14x. Okay. Again, let's focus on this. Completing the square means we have this square and we have this rectangle. We have to put them together and make a square. This square and this rectangle, when combined together, they will give me a rectangle. But we have to look for a square. If I split this rectangle into two pieces, like this, this remains as it is, 2x, 2x, and this side here, I am splitting it into two halves, 7 over 2, 7 over 2. Okay. Now, let's take this rectangle and put this along with this square here. This is my square here, this is square, 2x, 2x. Let's take this rectangle and attach with this square like this. This is 7 over 2. This is 2x. Now let's take this rectangle and attach here. We have to flip this. 7 over 2 is this. This is 2x, goes in the bottom. These two rectangles now sitting with this square. But this figure is not a square. But what we are looking for is completing the square. This area here is empty. Let's borrow a square and put it here. This piece here, the red one, this is my borrowed square. And size for this would be 7 over 2. And this would be 7 over 2. 7 over 2, 7 over 2, 7 over 2, 7 over 2. Now if you see, this side here is 2x plus 7 over 2. this side here 2x plus 7 over 2, this side here 2x plus 7 over 2, this side here 2x plus 7 over 2. Now what we have done here is we have taken these two rectangles and this is square, and we have borrowed one more square and made a big square. So we are actually following completing the square. Now let's go back to the question here. It says 4x squared minus 14x. This is 4x squared, and these two area of these two rectangles putting together, they will give you 14x. We have to take off these two areas from this area of the square. So the new area would be 2x minus this length gone, 2x minus this length gone. So from this square, this and this is gone. This is the borrowed piece. Let's take this off also. Area of this. So from this square, I have taken off this, this, and this. All three are gone. This is the new area here, which is 2x minus 7 over 2 whole square minus 7 over 2 whole square. This positive 6 is sitting idle there. Let's put it back into action. This is my new equation here. Now, if you solve this equation and get the values of x, those values would be the root for this quadratic equation. Let's solve this equation first. Get the roots. 2x minus 7 over 2 whole square minus 7 over 2 whole square plus 6 equals to 0. Let's solve this. This will be 2x minus 7 over 2 whole square minus 49 over 4 plus 6 equals to 0. So this will be 2x minus 7 over 2 whole square minus 49 plus 24 equals to 0. So this will be 2x minus 7 over 2 whole square minus 25 over 4 equals to 0. So this will be 2x minus 7 over 2 whole square equals to 25 over 4. So this will be 2x minus 7 over 2. This square goes this side, becomes root. So 2x minus 7 over 2 equals to 5 over 2, positive and negative. When anything comes out of root, it becomes positive, negative both. So 2x is equal to 5 over 2 plus 7 over 2, and 2x is equal to negative 5 over 2 plus 7 over 2. Solve this, this gives you 12 over 2 means 6. So 2x equals to 6, so x would be 3. This one here, 2x is equal to 2 over 2 is 1, so x would be 1 over 2. So roots for this quadratic equation would be 3 and 1 over 2. That's the answer here. These are the roots for this quadratic equation. Now, same equation through completing the square method we have done by actually drawing squares. Same equation, same method, completing the square we can do without actually doing the squares. Now we will learn how to follow this method, completing a square without actually drawing the squares. Let's do that now. We know that quadratic equations can be written in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Completing the square means if I write this equation in the format of x plus a whole square minus b whole square equals to 0, I can easily find out roots for this equation. Now, go back to this equation here. Let's divide this equation throughout by a. We have a here, coefficient of x squared. So ax squared divided by a plus bx divided by a plus c divided by a equals to 0 divided by a. So this becomes x squared plus bx over a, or write it as b over ax, same thing, plus c over a equals to 0. No change. Now, if I write this equation in this format here, x plus b over 2a whole square minus b over 2a whole square plus c over a equals to 0. Now you must be wondering, my equation was this, ax square plus bx plus c. I changed that to this one by dividing throughout by a. This gave me this. Now, this equation changed to this equation. Is this equation here and this equation here, are they equal? Let's try. This is a plus b whole square, so this will be a square plus b square, means b over 2a whole square, plus 2ab, 2 into x into b over 2a. X plus b over 2a whole square becomes this, a square plus b square plus 2ab, minus this here, b over 2a whole square plus c over a equals to 0. This and this can be cancelled. This is positive, this is negative. 2 cancelled. I'm back to x squared plus b over a x plus c over a equals to 0. This was my equation, x squared plus b over a x plus c over a equals to 0. I'm back to this equation, x squared plus b over a x plus c over a equals to 0. If I multiply this equation throughout by a, I'll be back to this equation. So this equation here or this equation here, both are same. They have been presented differently. Now this piece here, I will be using to convert this equation in this format. X plus a whole square minus b squared equals to 0. Let's see how to do that. I have this equation here where my a is 2, b is negative 7, and c is 3. So very first step, we have to divide this equation by a, means by 2. So this 2x squared divided by 2 minus 7x divided by 2 plus 3 divided by 2 equals to 0 over 2. This gives me x squared minus 7 over 2x plus 3 over 2 equals to 0. 7x over 2 or 7 over 2x, same thing. This is just the way of presentation. Now, this equation here and this equation here, x squared, b over ax, plus c over a equals to 0, equals to 0. Next step, x squared, I take it as x. So x squared, I take it as x. Here I have minus, so I take minus. Here I had plus, I have taken plus. Then 7 over 2, b is this, so this stays as it is. A became 2a, so this is 2, 2 into 2 will be 4. There is no x here, so I leave x square minus b over 2a whole square means 7 over 2a. A is 2, so this will be 4. 2 into 2 is 4. whole square plus 3 over 2 equals to 0. Now let's solve this. X minus 7 over 4 whole square minus, this will be 49 over 16 plus 3 over 2 equals to 0. X minus 7 over 4 whole square minus 49 over 16 plus 3 over 2. So this will be minus 49 plus 24 equals to 0. This is x minus 7 over 4 whole square minus 49 minus 24 gives you 25 over 16 equal to 0. X minus 7 over 4 whole square will be equal to 25 over 16. This negative 25 over 16 goes this side, becomes positive. X minus 7 over 4 will be equal to, this square goes this side, becomes root. This will be x minus 7 over 4 equals to, this 25 over 16 becomes positive negative 5 over 4, because negative 5 over 4 into negative 5 over 4 gives you 25 over 16. 5 over 4 into 5 over 4 also give you 25 over 16. That is why this is positive negative both. So x would be 5 over 4 plus 7 over 4, and x would be negative 5 over 4 plus 7 over 4. Now if you solve this, this will give you 12 over 4, which is 3. If you solve this, this will give you 2 over 4, which is 1 over 2. So now x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 1 over 2. So roots for this quadratic equation would be 3 and 1 over 2. Now you can see here the result is roots are 3 and 1 over 2. As I said in the beginning, if this equation here, a quadratic equation, which is this here, if I change to this format, x plus a whole square minus b square equals to 0, I can find out roots. Now, if you pay attention here, this piece, x minus 7 over 4 whole square, this is x plus negative 7 over 4 whole square, and this is 25 over 16, which is 5 over 4 whole square equals to 0. This piece here is this minus this piece here, 5 over 4 whole square, is this. When this equation converted to this piece here means x plus a whole square minus b square equals to 0, I could find out these roots here. Same happened here. This piece here, this is 2x plus negative 7 over 2 whole square minus this is 5 over 2 whole square equals to 0. X plus a whole square, this is here, x plus a whole square minus b square equals to 0. I could find out the roots, 3 comma 1 over 2. Same quadratic equation, same roots. I follow this method, drawing some squares. I get same roots. I follow this method without drawing squares. I get the same result. So this is up to us which method we go for. We draw some squares or we solve it without doing some squares. Alright, this equation here, we have to solve this through completing a square. As I said in the beginning, we can use both the methods. We actually draw the squares and then find the roots, or without actually drawing the roots, we can also find out the roots. So first I'll actually draw some squares for this equation here. As I said, this coefficient which goes with x squared should be a perfect square. So I can multiply this by 2. So this gives me 4x squared plus 2x minus 8 equals to 0. Now this term here 4 is a perfect square. Let's draw a square for 4x squared. This here, this is 2x, 2x. This is a square, all sides are equal. So area here would be 2x whole square, which is 4x squared. Okay, then plus I have to draw a rectangle for this because I cannot draw a square for 2x. This is a rectangle. This I'll keep 2x as it is equal to this square, and this side I'll keep 1. Now I have to add this rectangle and this square, and after adding this I should be getting a square because that's what this method says, completing a square. Now to do that, if I split this rectangle into 2 like this side remains as it is, 2x. This will become 1 half, 1 half. So from this rectangle I have 2 smaller rectangles, equal sized, 2 halves. Now this is my actual square in the beginning, 2x, 2x. Let's take this rectangle and put it next to this, like this. So this is 1 half, this is 2x. Let's take this, flip it, and put it here, like this. This is 1 half, this is 2x. Now this figure here, again I do not have a square, I need to have a square. Let's borrow this square and put it here. This will be 1 half, 1 half. This square, dimension of this would be 1 half, all the sides. Now if you look at this, I have this big square, all sides are equal, 2x plus 1 over 2, 2x plus 1 over 2, 2x plus 1 over 2, 2x plus 1 over 2. This is the new square, all sides equal, 2x plus 1 over 2, 2x plus 1 over 2, 2x plus 1 over 2, 2x plus 1 over 2. This is the big square here. I have completed the square, but this piece here is not mine. This is the borrowed piece. I will take this off. This will go off from here, which is 1 over 2, 1 over 2. So the new area would be this square minus this square. So 2x plus 1 over 2 whole square minus this square, which is 1 over 2 whole square. This negative 8 sitting idle here. Let's put this back into action. This is my new equation here. If I solve x, the values of x will be roots for this equation. Now let's solve this equation here. 2x plus 1 over 2 whole square minus 1 over 2 whole square minus 8 equals to 0. This will be 2x plus 1 over 2 whole square minus 1 over 4 minus 8 equals to 0. Whole square minus 32 equals to 0. So 2x plus 1 over 2 whole square minus 33 over 4 equals to 0. So this will be 2x plus 1 over 2 whole square equals to 33 over 4. 2x plus 1 over 2. This square goes this side, becomes root, square root. So 33 over 4. So this will be 2x plus 1 over 2 equals to plus minus. 33 cannot be broken, so I keep this inside the root. Root 4 gives me 2. So positive, negative, root 33 over 2. So 2x would be root 33 over 2 minus 1 over 2. And 2x would be minus 33 root over 2 minus 1 over 2. So x would be root 33 minus 1 into 1 over 2. I can write this as negative 1 plus root 33 over 4 also. There's no harm in there. And this will be negative 33 root minus 1. So x would be, I can change this also, negative 1 negative root 33 over 2 into 1 over 2, which is negative 1 negative root 33 over 4. So roots of this equation would be negative plus root 33 over 4, negative minus root 33 over 4. That's the answer here. Now, as I said in the beginning, I can find the same answer following this method, completing the square, but without actually drawing the squares. Now we'll solve this equation by without actually drawing the squares. Let's do that now. This here is 2, B is 1, and C is negative 4. The very first step, we divide this equation by A. So 2x squared divided by 2 plus x over 2 minus 4 over 2 equals to 0. This becomes x squared plus 1 over 2x minus 4 over 2 equals to 0. Second step, this x squared, let's take it as x plus b over a, b is 1, a becomes 2a, means 2 into 2 is 4, leave this x square, minus b over 2a, means 1 over 2a, a is 2, so 2 into 2 is 4, whole square minus 4 over 2 equals to 0. Now let's solve this. This is x plus 1 over 4 whole square minus 1 over 16 minus 4 over 2 equals to 0. X plus 1 over 4 whole square, this is 16 minus 1 minus 32 equals to 0. X plus 1 over 4 whole square minus 33 over 16 equals to 0. X plus 1 over 4 whole square equals to 33 over 16. X plus 1 over 4 equals to root 33 over 16. So x plus 1 over 4 is equal to 33 stays inside. So this would be root 33 over 16 would be plus minus 4. So this is plus minus 4. So x can be root 33 over 4 negative minus 1 over 4, and x can be root 33 over 4 minus 1 over 4. We solve this, you get negative 33 minus 1. We solve this, you get positive 33 minus 1. You can write this as minus 1 minus root 33 over 4, and this can be minus 1 plus root 33 over 4. You can leave it till here also, or if you want you can do this. Both are alright. So x will be negative 1 negative root 33 over 4. X will be negative 1 plus root 33 over 4. That's the answer here. This one here, let's divide this by 4. So this will be 4x squared by 4 plus 4 root 3x by 4 plus 3 over 4 equals to 0. So this gives me x squared plus root 3x plus 3 over 4 equals to 0. So x plus b over 2a, means root 3 over 2 minus b over 2a root 3 over 2 whole square plus 3 over 4 equals to 0. X plus root 3 over 2 whole square minus root 3 into root 3 gives you 3. 2 into 2 is 4 plus 3 over 4 equals to 0. This is gone. So x plus root 3 over 2 whole square equals to 0. X plus root 3 over 2 equals to 0. So x would be negative root 3 over 2. That's the answer here. This one here, let's divide this by a or 2 since a is 2 here. So this is 2x squared over 2 plus x over 2 plus 4 over 2 equal to 0. This is x squared plus x over 2 plus 4 over 2 equals to 0. So x squared plus 1 over 2x plus 2 equals to 0. So this will be x plus b over 2a means 1 over 2 into 2 is 4 whole square minus 1 over 4 whole square plus 2 equals to 0. X plus 1 over 4 whole square minus 1 over 16 plus 2 equals to 0. X plus 1 over 4 whole square minus 1 plus 8 equals to 0. So this will be x plus 1 over 4 whole square plus 7 over 16 equals to 0. Now x plus 1 over 4 whole square will be equal to negative 7 over 16. Now if you see negative 7 over 16 is less than 0. Now if you try to solve it, this will be root negative 7 over 16, which is not possible. So the moment you find any number in this format when this side is equal to any number which is less than 0, in that case, that quadratic equation will not have any real root. So I'll write no real root exists. This is not possible. All right, not possible. All right, all done. This question here it says, find the roots of the quadratic equations by applying the quadratic formula. In the previous question, what we did to find out roots of these quadratic equations, we took help of method called completing the squares. That was long and lengthy. We can find out roots of these quadratic equations by a very shortcut formula, which is this here. Now how to use this formula and find out root we'll learn very quickly here. This is a quadratic equation here, which is in the format of ax squared plus bx plus c. Now a here is 2, b here is negative 7, and c here is 3. I'll write this. A is 2, b is negative 7, and c is 3. Our formula is this: negative b plus minus root b square minus 4ac over 2a. So I'll write this: x is equal to minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac over 2a. So b is negative 7, so negative 7 plus minus root b square means 7, negative 7 whole square minus 4. A is 2, C is 3. 4, 2 into A is 2. This will be positive 7 plus minus root. Root 7 whole square gives you 49 minus 4 into 2 into 3 will be 24 over 4. So this will be 7 plus minus root 25 over 4. So this will be 7 plus minus 5 over 4. So x would be 7 minus 5 over 4. X would be 7 plus 5 over 4. 7 minus 5 gives you 2 over 4. 7 plus 5 gives you 12 over 4. So this will be 1 over 2. This will be 3. You can see how quickly we found out roots. Root would be 1 over 2 and 3. Roots for this quadratic equation would be 1 over 2 and 3. Same roots we got through completing the square methods, or if you do the factorization, you will get the same roots here. Done? This one here, A is 2, B is 1, and C is negative 4. So x would be minus b plus minus whole square b square minus 4ac over 2a minus b 1 plus minus b square means 1 square minus 4 into a would be 2, c would be negative 4 over 2a means 2 into 2 is 4. So negative 1 plus minus negative 1 minus 4 into 2 is 8 into 4 is 32. Negative negative plus, so this will be 32 over 4. So this is minus 1 plus minus negative 33 over 4. So x would be 1 negative plus root 33 over 4, and x would be negative 1 minus root 33 over 4. That's the answer here. This one here, a is 4, b is 4 root 3, and c is 3. X would be negative means negative 4 root 3 plus minus root b square means 4 root 3 whole square minus 4 into 4 into 3 over 2 into negative 4 root 3 plus minus, this will be 4 root 3 whole square will give you 4 into 4 is 16 into 3 is 48 minus 4 into 4 is 16 into 3 is 48 over 8. So x will be equal to negative 4 root over 3 plus minus root 0 over 8. 48, 48 cancel. So x is equal to negative 4 root 3 over 8. So x would be negative 3 over 2. That's the answer here. This one here, a is 2, b is 1, and c is 4. So x is equal negative b means negative 1 plus minus root b square means 1 squared minus 4 into a is 2, c is 4 over 2a means 4. Negative 1 plus minus root 1 minus 32 over 4. So x is equal to minus 1 plus minus negative 31 over 4. Now here this portion here, which is b square minus 4ac in the root, is less than 0. In that case, no real root exists. The moment we see b square minus 4ac in the root is less than 0, that equation will have no real root. Done? This question here, it says, find the roots of the following equations. We have these two equations here. Okay, let's take up first thing first. So this one here, it says x minus 1 over x equals to 3, where x is not equal to 0. Obviously, if x is 0, this equation becomes 0. So first of all, let's change this equation to a quadratic equation. If I multiply both the sides by x, this will be x squared minus 1 over x into x equals to 3 into x. This will be x squared minus 1 equals to 3x. X squared minus 3x minus 1 equals to 0. Okay. Now, a is 1, b is negative 3, and c is negative 1. So x would be minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a minus b is negative 3, so negative 3 plus minus b squared minus 4 into a is 1, c is negative 1 over 2a means 2 into 1, which is 2, minus minus plus, so 3 plus minus root 9 minus minus plus 4 into 1 is 4 over 2, so this will be 3 plus minus root 13 over 2. So x would be 3 plus root 13 over 2, and x would be 3 minus root 13 over 2. We have plus minus both. Done? This one here, 1 over x plus 4 minus 1 over x minus 7 equals to 11 over 30, where x is not equal to negative 4 or 7. Okay, let's change this to quadratic. To do that, if I multiply both the sides by x plus 4 into x minus 7, so this will be x plus 4 x minus 7 into 1 over x plus 4 minus x plus 4 x minus 7 over x minus 7 equals to x plus 4 x minus 7 into 11 over 30. So this is gone, this is gone. X minus 7 minus x plus 4 equals to, this will be x squared minus 7x plus 4x minus 28 into 11 over 30. So this will be x minus 7 minus x minus 4 equals to x squared minus 3x minus 28 into 11 over 30. This is cancelled. Minus 11 equals to x squared minus 3x minus 28 into 11 over 30. This comes this side, so negative 11 into 30 over 11 equals to x squared minus 3x minus 28. It's cancelled. So this will be x squared minus 3x minus 28 equals to negative 30. So this will be x squared minus 3x minus 28 plus 30 equals to 0. So x squared minus 3x plus 2 equals to 0. We can solve it very easily. If you want, you can take quadratic equation formula, or you can directly apply factorization. Both the ways are alright. Let's take that formula. A is 1, B is negative 3, and C is 2. So x would be negative b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a negative b plus minus b square minus 4ac means negative 3 whole square minus 4ac means 4 into 1 into 2 over 2a means 2 into 1 is 2. So x is equal to negative 3 into negative is positive 3 plus minus root 3 into 3 is 9 minus 8 gives you 1 over 2. So x is equal to 3 plus 1 over 2. X is equal to 3 minus 1 over 2. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 over 2 is 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 over 2 is 1. So roots are 2 and 1. That's the answer here. Alright. This question here it says, the sum of the reciprocals of Rahman's age in years 3 years ago and 5 years from now is 1 over 3. Find his present age. So suppose his present age is, I'll write like this. Suppose his present age is say x years. So 3 years ago his age was x minus 3 years, and 5 years after his age would be x plus 5 years. Then it says sum of the reciprocals of Rahman's age is this 1 over 3, means 1 over x minus 3, which is the reciprocal of x minus 3, plus 1 over x plus 5, which is the reciprocal of x plus 5, is equal to 1 over 3. Okay, now I have this equation. Let's solve this. This will be x minus 3, x plus 5. So this would be x plus 5 plus x minus 3 equals to 1 over 3. So this would be 2x plus 2 into 3 would be equal to x minus 3, x plus 5. This would be 6x plus 6 equals to, let's multiply this together, x square plus 5x minus 3x minus 50. So this would be 6x plus 6 equals to x square plus 2x minus 15. I can write this as x square plus 2x minus 6x minus 15 minus 6 equals to 0. This would be x square minus 4x minus 21 equals to 0. See here, a is 1, b is negative 4, c is negative 21. So x would be negative b plus minus root b square minus 4ac over 2a, negative b plus minus b square means negative 4 whole square minus 4ac, 4 into 1 which is a, and c is negative 21 over 2a. 2a means 2 into 1, 2. This would be minus minus plus 4 plus minus root 4 into 4, negative 4 into negative 4, 16 minus minus plus 21 into 4, 84 over 2. So this would be 4 plus minus, this would be root 100 over 2. This gives me 4 plus minus 10 over 2. So x would be 4 plus 10 over 2, and x would be 4 minus 10 over 2. This would be 7. This would be minus 3. Since we are talking about age cannot be negative. So X would be 7 here. Means his present age would be 7 years. If you try to cross check, 7 minus 3 is 4. 7 plus 5 is 12. Reciprocal means 1 over 4 plus 1 over 12 will be 4 over 12, which is 1 over 3. That's what this question says. Reciprocal of Rahman's age 3 years ago and 5 years from now is 1 over 3. It's 1 over 3 here. So answer is right. Present age would be 7 years. That's the answer. Done? This question here it says, in a class test, the sum of Shefali's marks in mathematics and English is 30. Means total marks putting together in mathematics and English, they are 30. Had she got 2 marks more in mathematics and 3 marks less in English, the product of their marks would have been 210. Find her marks in the 2 subjects. I put it this way. Suppose marks in maths is say X. So marks in English would be 30 minus X, because total marks putting together maths and English gives her 30. If maths has X marks, English would be 30 minus X. Okay. It says, had she got 2 marks more in mathematics and 3 marks less in English, means 2 marks more in mathematics and 3 marks less in English, means 30 minus X minus 3. The product of their marks, product means multiplication, would be equal to 210. Now let's solve this. X plus 2, this would be 27 minus X equals to 210. Multiplied together, this will be 27x minus x squared plus 54 minus 2x equals to 210. So this would be 27 minus 2x will be 25. So minus x squared plus 25x plus 54 minus 210 equals to 0. So this would be negative x squared plus 25x minus 156 equals to 0. Let's take negative common. So this would be x squared minus 25x plus 156 equals to 0. Now I have a as 1, b as negative 25, and c as 156. So x would be negative b plus minus root b square minus 4ac over 2a minus b is negative 25 plus minus root b square means negative 25 whole square minus 4ac. 4 into 1 into c is 156. Okay, over 2a. 2 into a means 2. A is 1 here. So this would be minus minus plus means 25 plus minus root 25 whole negative 25 whole square would be 625 minus 4 into 1 into 156. 156 into 4 would be 624 over 2. So this would be 25 plus minus root 1 over 2. So x would be 25 plus 1 over 2. X would be 25 minus 1 over 2. This would be 13 and this would be 12. So Shefali's marks in maths, they can be 30 or 12. If maths has 30, English will have 30 minus 13 will be 17. If maths has 12, English will have 30 minus 12, which is 18. You want to cross check this. If she got 2 marks more in mathematics, means 13 plus 2 into 3 marks less in English. 17 minus 3 means 14. 15 into 14 gives you 210. If maths has 12 and if she gets 2 marks more means 12 plus 2 14 into 3 marks less means 15. So this would be 15 into 14, 210. Both the cases are satisfying the question, means x can be 13 or 12. It can be 13 or 12. English can be 17 or 18. That's the answer here. Alright. This question here, it says the diagonal of a rectangular field is 60 meters more than the shorter side. If the longer side is 30 meters more than the shorter side, find the sides of the field. Look at here. Suppose this is our rectangular field and this is the diagonal here. It says diagonal of a rectangular field is 60 meters more than the shorter side. If the longer side is 30 meters more than the shorter side, if suppose this is the shorter side, if this is x meters, longer side would be x plus 30, and the diagonal of this rectangular field is 60 meters more than the shorter side, means this side would be 60 plus x. Now, if suppose I write this way, shorter side is say x meters, then longer side would be x plus 30, and diagonal would be x plus 60. Now, if you look at this piece here, this will be a right angle triangle. Since this is a rectangular field, this is diagonal, this will work as a right angle triangle, where this diagonal would be the hypotenuse. So I put it this way, x plus 60 whole square will be equal to x square plus x plus 30 whole square. To solve this, this will be x square plus 120x plus 3600. This will be x square plus, this will be x square plus 60x plus 900. So this and this can be cancelled. Opposite sides, same signs. And now I can write this as x square plus 60x minus 120x plus 900 minus 3600 equals to 0. X square plus 60x minus 120 plus 900 minus 3600. I have taken this equation this side. So now this will be x square minus 60x minus 2700 equals to 0. Now I have a as 1, b as negative 60, and c as negative 2700. So x would be minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac over 2a, minus b is minus 60 plus minus root b square means minus 60 whole square minus 4 into a is 1, c is negative 2700 over 2a means 2 into 1, 2. So this would be negative negative positive 60 plus minus root negative 60 whole square will be positive 3600, negative negative positive 4 into 2700 will give you 10,800 over 2. So this will be 60 plus minus root. Sum of them will be 14400 over 2. 60 plus minus root of this will be 120 over 2. So x is equal to 60 plus 120 over 2, and x will be 60 minus 120 over 2. So this will be 90 and this will be negative 30. We are talking about the length of a rectangular field which can never be negative, so this is not possible. So shorter side would be 90. I'll write here 90. Longer side would be x plus 30 means 90 plus 30, which is 120. Diagonal would be 90 plus 60, which is 150 meters, meters, meters. Done? This question here it says, the difference of squares of two numbers is 180. The square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. Find the two numbers. Suppose I take larger number, I'll write like this. Suppose larger number is say x. Now it says the square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. So I'll write, suppose square of smaller number. This is 8 times the larger number, means that is 8x. This is the square of smaller number. Okay. Then it says the difference of squares of two numbers is 180. Difference of squares of two numbers means the square of this minus this. This is already the square of a smaller number. This is 180. So this would be x squared minus 8x minus 180 equals to 0. So I have a as 1, b as negative 8, and c as negative 180. So x would be minus b plus minus root b squared minus 4ac over 2a, negative 8 plus minus root b squared means root 8 whole square minus 4 into a, which is 1, into c, which is negative 180 over 2a means 2. Okay. Minus minus plus, plus minus root. This would be 64. This would be minus minus plus. 180 into 4 is 720 over 2. So this would be x equals to 8 plus minus 784 over 2. So this would be 8 plus minus, this would be 28 over 2. So x can be 8 plus 28 over 2, which is 18, and x can be 8 minus 28 over 2, which is negative 10. Okay, we have two numbers, 18 and negative 10. Let's see which one is correct. Larger number would be 18. Okay. Then square of a smaller number would be 18 into 8, which is 144. This 144 is the square of a smaller number. So a smaller number would be root 144, which is plus minus 12. 12 into 12 gives you 144. And square of a smaller number would be 144. Okay, let's try with negative 10. If suppose larger number is negative 10, then square of a smaller number would be negative 80, which is not possible because square of any number cannot be negative. So this is not possible. This is the number. So I'll write Larger number is 18. Smaller number would be root 18 into 8, which is plus minus 12. If you try this with negative 10, square of a small number would be 8 into minus 10, which is minus 80. This is the square of a small number. The square of any number cannot be negative. So this is wrong. That is why larger number would be 80, this, and smaller would be plus minus 12. That's the answer. Alright? This question here, it says, a train travels 360 kilometers at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 5 kilometers per hour more, train would have taken 1 hour less for the same journey, which is 360 kilometers. Find the speed of the train. Let's take uniform speed. I'll say, suppose uniform speed or just the speed, both alright, is say x kilometer per hour. If train travels at x kilometer per hour, so I'll say time taken to cover 360 kilometers would be distance over speed. Distance is 360 kilometers and speed is x kilometer per hour. So that's the time in hours. So at this speed, 360 kilometers will take 360 over x hours. Okay. Then it says, if the speed had been 5 kilometers per hour more, means, alright, fast speed would be x plus 5 kilometers per hour. In that case, how much time it will take? It will take 360 over x plus 5 hours. At this speed, it will take this much time. It says, if the speed had been 5 kilometers more, it would have taken 1 hour less than for the same journey. Here, at this speed, it takes 360 over x. At this speed, it takes 360 over x plus 5 hours. But it says, at this speed, it will take 1 hour less than this time. Means, at x plus 5 kilometers per hour speed, time taken would be 360 over x minus 1 hour. In that case, 360 over x plus 5 will be equal to 360 over x minus 1 hour. Both are into hours. Now let's try to solve this. Cross multiplication. So this will be 360 into x, 360x, and this will be x plus 5 into 360 minus x. So this would be 360x equals to 360x minus x squared plus 360 into 5 gives you 1800 minus 5x. This I can cancel, opposite sides, same signs. What I'm left with is negative x squared minus 5x plus 1800 equals to 0. Let's take negative as common. So this will be x squared plus 5x minus 1800 equals to 0. So here a would be 1, b would be 5 positive, and c would be negative 1800. Now let's solve this through quadratic formula. So x would be minus b is 5 plus minus root B square means 5 square minus 4 into A is 1. C is negative 1800 over 2A means 2. So this will be negative 5 plus minus root with 25 minus minus plus 7200 over 2. So minus 5 plus minus root 7225 over 2. So negative 5 plus minus 7225 comes out of root, becomes 85 over 2. So x can be negative 5 plus 85 over 2, and x can be negative 5 minus 85 over 2. This would be 85 minus 5, 80 over 2, which is 40. Here this would be 85 minus 5 would be negative 90 over 2, which is negative 45. Speed cannot be negative, so this is not possible. We cannot have negative 45 kilometers per hour speed. So speed would be 40 kilometers per hour. This would be 40 kilometers per hour. We can cross check this. At 40 kilometers per hour speed, 360 kilometers will take 360 over 40, 9 hours. At 5 kilometers per hour, more speed means at 45, same distance, 360 over 45 will take 8 hours. So what it says is, at 5 kilometers per hour more speed, it will take 1 hour less. From 9, it took 8, which is 1 hour less. So our speed is correct. 40 kilometers per hour is the uniform speed. Alright? This question here, it says, two water taps together can fill a tank in 9, 3 or 8 hours. The tap of larger diameter takes 10 hours less than the smaller one to fill the tank separately. Find the time in which each tap can separately fill the tank. So we have two taps, one with larger diameter, one with comparatively smaller diameter. Larger diameter takes 10 hours less than smaller diameter tap to fill the tank separately. But if they fill the tank together, it takes 9, 3 over 8 hours. What we have to find out is how much time it takes if both of them try to fill up the tank separately, means individually. I put it this way. Suppose smaller tap takes say x hours. In that case, larger tap will take x minus 10 hours. Now I put it this way. Smaller tap in x hours fills up one tank. So in 1 hour, it will fill up 1 over x tank. This is like this. If suppose it takes 10 hours to fill up one tank. So in 1 hour, you will fill up 1 over 10 tank. If suppose tank is say 100 liters tank, in 10 hours, you fill up 100 liters. So in 1 hour, you will fill up 100 over 10 means 10 liters. That is what I am trying to say here is, if a smaller tap takes x hours for one tank, in 1 hour it will fill up 1 over x tank. So in 9, 3 over 8 hours, which is 75 over 8 hours. In 75 over 8 hours, it will fill up how much tank? 1 over x into 75 over 8, which is 75 over 8 x tank. Now let's talk about the larger diameter tap. I write this way. Larger diameter tap takes x minus 10 hours to fill up one tank, same tank. So in 1 hour it will fill up 1 over x minus 10 tank. So in 75 over 8 hours it will fill up 1 over x minus 10 into 75 over 8. This will be 75 over 8x minus 80 tank. So in 75 over 8 hours, which is here, two water taps together can fill tank in 93 over 8 hours. So in 75 over 8 hours, a smaller tap will fill up this much of tank. Same time, larger tap will fill up this much of tank. Putting these two volumes together is equal to one tank. 75 over 8x plus 75 over 8x minus 80 is equal to one tank. This gives me 600x minus 6000 minus plus 600x equal to 1. So this will be 600 plus 600 means 1200, x minus 6000 equals to, this goes this side, this will be 64x squared minus 640x. If we try to solve this, this will be 64x squared minus 640x minus 1200x plus 6000 equals to 0. 64x squared minus 640 is this. This goes other side. This becomes minus. This becomes plus. Okay. So this will be 64x squared minus 1840x plus 6000 equals to 0. Common here. So this will be 8x squared minus 230x plus 750 equals to 0. A is 8, B is negative 230, and C is 750. So X would be minus B plus minus B square minus 4AC over 2A. Here B is negative 230, negative 230 plus minus B square means negative 230 whole square minus 4AC, 4 into 8 into 750 over 2A means 2 into 8. This is 230 plus minus over, this is 52,900 minus 24,000 over 16. So this will be 230 plus minus root, will be 28,900 over 16. So this will be 230 plus minus 170 over 16. So X would be 230 plus 170 over 16, and X would be 230 minus 170 over 16. So this would be 400 over 16, which is 25, and this here would be 60 over 16, which is 15 over 4 hours. Okay, we have two values here. First value is 25, second value is 15 over 4. Now we have two types of taps. First one is the smaller diameter, which I have taken as X, x, and the second is larger diameter, which takes 10 hours less than smaller tap. So in any case, x cannot be less than 10. It has to be more than 10. Otherwise, larger diameter will get into negative. Here x is 25 and this x is 15 over 4, which is less than 10. So this is not possible, because if I take this, then the larger diameter will take 15 over 4 minus 10, which is negative 25 over 4. Now time cannot be negative, so this is not possible. So the smaller diameter will take 25 hours. So this will be 25 hours. And larger diameter will take 10 hours less, means 15 hours. Smaller tap will take 25 hours separately, and larger tap will take 15 hours separately to fill up the tank. And jointly they will take 9 3 over 8 hours, which is 75 over 8 hours. That's the answer here, 25 and 15. Alright? This question here, it says, an express train takes 1 hour less than the passenger train to travel 132 kilometers between Mysore and Bangalore, without taking into consideration the time they stop at intermediate stations. Then it says, if the average speeds of the express train is 11 kilometers per hour more than that of the passenger train, find the average speed of the two trains. I think we have dealt with a similar question even earlier, but this question here, suppose, I write this way, suppose speed of passenger train is say x kilometer per hour. Then the speed of express train, it says average speeds of the express train is 11 kilometers per hour more. X plus 11 kilometers per hour. This is the speed for express train. This is speed for the passenger train. Now it says express train takes 1 hour less than the passenger train to travel 132 kilometers. So I'll write this way. Time taken by passenger train at x kilometer per hour for 132 kilometers. That would be distance, which is 132 kilometers, over speed x kilometer per hour. So time taken by passenger train at x kilometer per hour for 132 kilometers would be 132 over x hours. Now time taken by express train at x plus 11 kilometer per hour for 132 kilometers would be distance over speed x plus 11 hours. Okay, this time it takes for express train, this time it takes for passenger train. Now let's read the question here. It says express train takes 1 hour less than the passenger train, means this time here 132 over x plus 11 is 1 hour less than this time taken by passenger train. If this is 1 hour less, so what I can do is, if I take off 1 hour from this time, so this time and this time would be equal. Suppose this is 5 hours and this is 4 hours. So if I take off 1 hour from this, it will be 4 hours. This will also be 4 hours. That's the idea here. Now let's solve this. So this will be cross multiplication, x plus 11 multiplied with 132 minus x And 132 multiplied with x gives you 132x. This will be 132x minus x square plus 132 into 11 gives you 1452 minus 11x equals to 132x. So this can be cancelled. Opposite sides, same signs. So what I'm left with is minus x square minus 11x plus 1452 equals to 0. Let's take 0 as common. So this will be x square plus 11x minus 1452 equals to 0. Where a is 1, b is 11, and c is negative 1452. So x would be minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac over 2a. So this will be minus b is 11, so minus 11 plus minus root b square means 11 square 121 minus 4ac means 4 into 1 into negative 1452 over 2a. A is 1, so this will be 2. So it will be negative 11 plus minus 121 minus plus 1452 into 4. It gives you 5808 over 2. So this will be negative 11 plus minus root 5929 over 2. So x would be negative 11 plus minus 5929 root will be 77 over 2. So x is equal to negative 11 plus 77 over 2, and x is equal to negative 11 minus 77 over 2. So this will be 66 over 2, which is 33, and this will be negative 44. Now we are talking about speeds of the trains, which can never be negative, so this is not possible. So x would be 33, means speed of passenger train would be 33 kilometers per hour, and express would be 33 plus 11 would be 44 kilometers per hour. That's the answer here. Passenger train 33 kilometers per hour, express train 44 kilometers per hour. Alright. This question here, it says sum of the areas of two squares is 468 meters square. If the difference in their perimeters is 24 meters, find the sides of the two squares. We have two squares here. Sum of their areas is 468 and difference of their perimeters is 24 meters. So let's take this way. Suppose one of the squares has side which is x meters. In that case, same square will have perimeter 4x meters and area x square meter square. Okay, now let's talk about the second square. So perimeter of the second square, this would be, it says if the difference of their perimeter is 24 meters, means I can take it as 4x minus 24. I can take it as 4x plus 24 also, because it says difference is 24 meters, means if I take 4x minus 24 means I am taking this square as smaller. If I am taking 4x plus 24, it means I am taking this square, the second square, as bigger. So Difference does not mean we have to take only negative. We can take negative, we can take positive also. Answer will remain same. I'll take it as negative. Okay. If this is the perimeter, then what would be the side? Side would be 4x minus 24 over 4. Square has all the sides equal and perimeter is sum of all the sides together. So one of the sides would be perimeter over 4. I can take it as 4 common, so x minus 6 over 4. Side would be x minus 6. So area would be x minus 6 whole square. Now it says sum of the areas of two square is 468. Area for first square is x square. So x square plus x minus 6 whole square is 468. Now we can solve it. This would be x square plus x square plus 36 minus 12x equals to 468. So this would be 2x square minus 12x plus 36 minus 468 equals to 0. So this would be 2x square minus 12x minus 432 equals to 0. Let's take 2 as common. So this will be x square minus 6x minus 216 equals to 0. Now this is the equation here. We can solve it through quadratic formula. So x would be minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac over 2a. Here a is 1, b is negative 6 and c is negative 216. So negative 6 plus minus root negative 6 whole square minus 4 into 1 into negative 216 over 2a means 2. So it will be 6 plus minus root 36 plus minus minus plus 864 over 2. So this would be 6 plus minus root 900 over 2. 6 plus minus 30 over 2. So x would be 6 plus 30 over 2 and x would be 6 minus 30 over 2. So this would be 18 or this would be minus 12. We are talking about length of the square, which can never be negative. So this is wrong. This is not possible. We'll take this x as 18. So this side will be 18 of this square and this would be x minus 6 means 18 minus 6 as 12. That's the answer here. So one of the squares will have side as 18 and one of the squares will have side as 12. That's the answer here. Alright.